Hi, welcome to a new video. Today we're talking about Bob Daisley, original bass player of the Ozzy Osbourne band. In the world of bass guitar, Bob Daisley needs no introduction. His playing on Ozzy's first records is really an essential listening for any rock bassist. His subtle rhythmic and melodic sensibility adds a classy touch to the bass lines of iconic songs like Crazy Train or I Don't Know, cementing his place among hard rock's most influential players. Prior to working with Ozzy, Daisley had been a member of the Ronnie James Dio-fronted Rainbow, and he would later work with Black Sabbath, Uriah Heep and Gary Moore among the others, recording over 40 albums during his career. Not bad, right? As always, we're gonna focus only on one part of his discography, the Ozzy Osbourne years. Ozzy's band and songwriting team at the time, which beside Daisley included guitar players Randy Rhoads, Jackie Lee and then Zakk Wylde, helped rescue Ozzy from exile and played a determined role in launching the singer's solo career. On top of playing and writing on all these records, Daisley was also the co-producer and primary lyricist of the group. The first album, Blizzard of Oz, wasn't intended to be a solo record. The band itself was billed as the Blizzard of Oz, and the album was supposed to be credited to the band with Osbourne's name in smaller print. According to Daisley though, when the album was released, the words Ozzy Osbourne were in bigger print than the Blizzard of Oz, which made it look like an Ozzy Osbourne album called the Blizzard of Oz. So it was intended to be a band, and it did sound like one. And it's no surprise to find out that for being a not bass-driven act, Ozzy's early catalog has some pretty outstanding bass lines. So let's have a look at some of the favorite moves of this awesome musician. Number 1. Play quarter notes during the verses. Rooted mostly in rock and blues, Daisley knows how to hold down the groove with his mastery of the quarter note, which appears very frequently, especially on the verses. As previously seen in the Michael Anthony video, this rhythm figure really defines the groove of the section, acting like a pulsing beat throughout the song. Plus, it appears on so many now classic songs that it really deserves its place in the sun, right next to Ozzy's voice and Randy Rhoads' iconic guitar. Number 2. Other cool rhythm figures besides the quarter notes we just mentioned. Though on fastest tracks, Daisley would stick to the 8 notes root pattern typical of the genre, on mid-tempos he lays down very creative yet simple parts, normally by changing the rhythm figure of the bass while sticking to the root note. Pay attention, all these bass parts are just made of one note, but it's the rests in between the notes that define the pattern. Speaking of rhythm figures, listen to how Bob and drummer Lee Kerslake decorate the bridge of Suicide Solution with an awesome syncopated feel. Number 3. The Daisley lick. Like most of his colleagues, Daisley has a favorite lick that comes up pretty often, normally on the chorus, and again it happens a few times on very popular songs. The very fast octave jump adds a little bit of craziness to the part. Very Ozzy-ish. Do you know what else is crazy? The fact you haven't subscribed yet, so hit the button now. Number 4. Play a Lydian scale in the bridge. A Lydian scale is a scale that begins on the 4th degree of the major scale, and it sounds like this. Number 5. Play staccato. Another characteristic of Bob Daisley is playing staccato when pumping out F notes. Before making this video, I was sure Bob Daisley was a finger player due to his round and full bottom tone and to the smoothness of his fills, but nope, he uses a pick most of the time, proving to be a very versatile player. And speaking of versatility, Daisley pulls out some pretty impressive fretless bass lines on a few of the slower tunes. Ozzy's most recognizable and iconic bassline is of course No More Tears. But besides the intro, there's a lot going on, especially in the bridge, where Bob plays a very cool feel, and to me it sounds like a fretless bass. Unfortunately, there's no isolated track, so I can't be sure. So if you know what kind of bass guitar Bob used to record No More Tears, make sure you let us know in the comments. Another really cool line is Spiders from the Bark at the Moon album. Bob bounces back and forth the E string while playing different pentatonic figures, never twice the same. And around 3 minutes, he pulls out this super catchy lick. Bob Daisley is a complete and versatile player that manages to fit just about every style of rock bassline into the songs, whether it's defining quarter notes, pedaling, galloping, octave jumps, or scale-based riffs. In many occasions, he clearly defines the harmony of the song. On Crazy Train, the bass goes back and forth from the minor-based intro, choruses, and solo to the major tonality of the verse. That's one song that every bass player should learn how to play. And though his work with Ozzy is outstanding, his discography is huge, so I recommend you go and make your own research. Thank you very much for watching, please don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment and follow me on Instagram.